Hello, everybody. Just a few minutes late. Had a technical issue, but I solved it, thank heavens. I'm excited to share with you some ideas for the new in colors. I ordered 3. So those are the ones I'm going to share with you. I'm going to leave this up so I can see what's going on. And hopefully a few people will come in and look what I have. Oh my gosh. My personal copy finally came, but my catalog came also. So those of you who are local should be getting yours soon. I have class this week and next. So if I see you, you'll get yours then. And then I have had several sent to my customers that are all over the US. So I have be looking for those. I'm going to adjust this just a little. Be looking for those. You should be getting them probably next week after. I will contact all those who have, I've sent them to let them know it's coming. So hopefully it will be in your mailbox soon. And if you are not one of my customers and do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I will gladly send you one. Just give me a message and I can send one out to you. If you have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, go through them. Don't use me. I won't be upset. I share my ideas. I don't care who your upline is or anything else. So let's see, what else do I have to say? I'm trying to arrange this so I can see how many viewers I have and if I get any comments. So hopefully that will work. And if you come in, say hello so I know somebody is here and is watching. Don't be shy. Nobody can see you. It's only me they see. All they see is in the chat your name. But now you cannot leave a comment unless you are subscribed to my channel. I will tell you that. So if you watch my videos and you want to leave me a comment and let me know maybe something that you'd like to see me do or whatever, or just say hi, subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you join me and see the kinds of things that I share. For those of you who just are catching me on YouTube and don't know who I am, my name is Robbie and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in New Bern, North Carolina. I love inspiring you so you enjoy the paper crafting hobby with less frustration. I mean, making those decisions can really be frustrating. So my goal is to make sure it's not frustrating for you. I love showing you different ideas so that you can collect products that you love and that you will use. There's no sense buying something if you're not going to use it. And, we all have that FOMO, fear of missing out, and purchase stuff. And then you say, why did I buy this? Don't do that. Don't do that. Go find something you do like and use the idea with what you do like. I also hope my ideas encourage you to use up that stash. It's important that we use our stash. We don't want to buy it and save it. Just use it. Now, during today's video, if you see something you want and you like it, contact your demo. If you don't have a demo, contact me. I would love to help you out. I do sell Stampin' Up! Products, so I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you have questions, just let me know. I'm more than happy to help you out. So with that, I'm running a little behind. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Now, I know a lot of people don't like the chit chat. So if you are, want to see my videos and don't want to hear all the chit chat, go to about 5 minutes. I usually go 5 minutes in and give people a chance to find me, and then I get started. So I'm going to get started today. So give me a minute. I'm going to pull over my camera and make sure it's set up as best I can get it. And then I'm going to spotlight it for everyone. Okay, so if you're ready to get started, let's gather our supplies. As I said, I'm using the new in colors, and I have 3, so I'm going to do the same card in 3 different colors. So the first color that I'm using is one of the new in colors, and it's Moody Mauve. And I always order the ribbon. Sometimes I'm not happy with it. Sometimes I am. I don't like a stiff ribbon, and this is not. It ties really well into a nice bow. So we have the ribbon. This is a different color. Now I'm going to use the marker to color one of the images. What I also did was I used the Sending dies from the Sending Smiles bundle, and I cut out the leaf and the flower, and I'm going to leave these white. I will put a center in my flower because it looks a little funny, but I'm going to leave these white because I want the main focus to be on this color. Now I have a scrap paper in case my stamped image doesn't work well. I will be die cutting a center, and this is just an old punch that I have. It's probably about 3/8 of an inch. So I have that. Don't know if I need it. I'm going to share with you some of the new in color designer series paper. I have to admit, I'm not sold on this one. I got to play with it some. To me, the images are too bold, but we'll find out. Maybe in smaller pieces, it'll be better, but I'm going to use the polka dot side, and the back side has stripes. So you can use whichever you want. I took a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 of the Moody Mauve, and I embossed it using the brick wall embossing folder. So I have that ready to go. My card base is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. I also have the in color dots. Now I will tell you, I'm finding that with these new in colors, the ink doesn't always match the paper. So next week, I'm going to take one of the in colors that I have, and I'm going to do a flashback and show you some ideas using some of our retired paper and inks, if I have it, to show you how, okay, if you really love one of these papers, but you don't want to buy the ink, I'm going to show you how to use it. So I have those. I don't know if I'm going to use it. I may, and I may not. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to fold my card base. Make sure you have, and I use the wrong bone folder. Make sure you have a bone folder for a crisp fold. Because I have embossed this, I am going to add it to my card base using tear and tape. I know a lot of people use glue. I do not. And the reason being, when you emboss an image, the debossed side, which is the back side where it's indented, has valleys and plateaus. And if you remember your geography from about 4th grade or so, that means there's raised parts and there's parts that are sunken in. And if you put glue on it, if there's not enough raised parts, it doesn't have enough to adhere to. So I always use the tear and tape because it adheres to your card base, no matter if it's a valley or a plateau. So this is just double-sided tape. Any double-sided tape you have is good. If you don't have any, see if you can find some. and try it and see what you like. I hate having a card fall apart because it wasn't glued together well. All right, so I'm going to put, whoops, can't put this on just yet. I almost messed up. Okay, I'm going to put this down and I should be able to pick it up if I don't press hard. I forgot to add my DSP. So I'm going to add that first. I was trying to be so efficient. And I'm going to leave a little bit of a, oops, I cut this one too long, so I'll trim it off. Now this I've put on with the glue because this side has more raised surface, so it should be okay. I probably should have used tear and tape for it also, but I didn't, I forgot. And now I want to wrap my ribbon around. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to tie a knot. All right, and I'm going to show you a little trick with the knot. Right, I'm going to tie, first of all, a double knot. Actually, I'm just going to do a knot. There's no trick with this one. Sorry, I thought I was going to do a bow, but I'm not. I'm just going to tie a knot. All right, and now whichever way you pull that ribbon, that's the way the ribbon is going to lay. So if you want it to lay a certain way, pull it that way. And I'm going to trim my ribbon. And now I can put it on my card. Let's see if I can get it off my background. It shouldn't stick to this because it's a non-stick mat. All right, so I'm going to put this on here like so. All right, so far I've got it. I can slide that over just a little bit. And I didn't have to put any tape on this because it was tied all the way around. All right, so I've got that. Now it's time to do my image. And I did not buy the stamp pads. I have issues with the stamp pads. I'm looking for my pen. There's one. I've got two up here because I always lose one. With the ink in it crystallizing. So I did not buy it. What I bought is re-inkers, and I'm going to try making my own. I'll let you know how that goes, ink pads. All right. And then I don't know if this is going to work. Usually I've used this set a lot, so it may. Let me get a scrap paper. Yeah, it'll work. If you use photopolymer and our markers, don't always work well together. They get blotchy. But if you've used it a lot, you should be good. All right, so there's that. I'm going to clean my stamp over here. All right, now it's time to put this on. And I'm going to put this on with dimensionals. I call them dimensionals. They're over here, because that's what Stampin' Up! Calls them, but they're foam dots, whatever you want to call them. And I've cut mine in half. So I have half pieces. Whoops, that one doesn't want to go on there. I'll put it up here. It'll go up here. And I'll use a smaller piece. Yeah, I'll use smaller pieces there. I use every little bit of my, whoops, stuck to my scissors, my dimensionals. So I'm going to cut across the bottom of this. So I have a long strip. And actually, there's a little tiny piece here that I can put here. All right, there. All right, now I want a little piece down here on the bottom. So I'm just going to cut a little tiny piece to put on my stem to kind of hold it and support it. Now it's time to add some dimensionals to my flower. And I'm not going to put any in the center so that I can Hey, Carol, add my stem without having to worry about it being a mess and not acting right. All right, so let me get this one here, and I don't want it to go past, there we go. I had to kind of watch over here. I don't want it to go past. And then this is going to go on. I'm going to put it over top. I can cut that shorter if I want, like so. So there's the Moody Mauve card. It's an okay color. I find the colors this year are, they have a brownish undertone to them. So not one of my favorites, you know, but maybe it'll grow on me. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. All right, so there's the Moody Mauve one. All right, I'm going to move that out of the way. And let's get Pebbled Path. Now, this one is a gray brown as I see it. I have an extra piece, but I probably won't need it to punch because the stamping worked. And those are the two dies from the sending dies that I used. So let's get this one put together. And I am not going to make the mistake I made on the last one. I'm going to put my double-sided tape on each one. And to maybe for this one on to give it some interest, I'll use the striped side. And you can let me know which one you like better. Move that out of the way so it doesn't get tape on it. Okay. I ordered, the 3 colors I ordered are based on paper that I'm using for a tutorial next week. Vicki and I are doing a bundle tutorial, and not next week, next month. What we're doing is if you buy or purchase, I should say, the bundle, then you get the tutorial for free. And we will also have kits available to make the cards. And I can't remember much about them. I know it's 4 cards, or is it 2 cards? I don't remember. We're in the planning phases, so I'm not real good at remembering that kind of stuff. All right, so let me take my backs off until it's written down in stone and I have the paper. I'm not real positive what it will be. All right, so there's that one. And again, I'm going to have to trim this because I cut it wrong. So I will trim this off. The pieces are all the same size for each card. So the beginning of the tutorial told you that. Let me fold my card base. Now, I have to tell you, there's some controversy about which way to fold these. When you score your paper, you get a side where it's indented and you get a side where it's raised. There it is. I always fold it with the raised side in. Others fold it with the raised side out. A lot of times, if it doesn't lay flat or work right, I will flip it and fold it the other way. So whichever way your card lays flat after you've used your bone folder, that's the way you should fold it. And this isn't laying flat, so let me try it this way. Nope, it's worse that way. So it just depends on your card. I didn't realize this, but card stock has a, what's it called? It's in sewing with fabric. Oh my gosh, it's slipped my mind. It's where the fabric runs a certain way. And when you cut it, you need to cut it and follow that. Oh, well, that's good to know, Carol. Oh, I forgot my ribbon. All right, so I can add that. Maybe the last card I'll do correctly. What is it called? Bias. Oh, goodness gracious. It's called bias. This one doesn't have enough, so I'm going to pull it a little. Cardstock has a bias also. So you want to make sure when you, I'm going to pull this one up a little. When you score it, you score it on the bias. So that sometimes will determine which way you fold it also. Okay. Boy, I barely got that one on. I didn't leave myself much room for the bow. Oh, no, no, no. Don't stick. Don't stick. Woo! I thought I had messed up, but I didn't. All right, let me get this on here now. All right. Nope, nope. I always, when I put mine down, I always hold it above. And when I get it centered, I let go of one side and I put my that side down totally, then do the other side. Then it doesn't slip on me. Sometimes I mess up. All right, now it's time to use my, and hopefully this one stamps easily. You can usually tell when you go to stamp it because it bubbles. And this isn't. So I must have used this a lot. If you season your stamps and you use them a lot, then you can use your marker. If it's a brand new photopolymer, not going to work. I know that you can do it with the red rubber and don't have to worry about them being seasoned. And I didn't realize I grabbed a scrap paper, so just kind of ignore this piece. I've got another, that's the bottom side. Let me cut this here and get this little piece. These little edge pieces are great for this. I know you can use the minis. I just don't have luck with the minis. I can't get them on there. Don't ask me why, because it's not any different than that, but okay, that one needs to come up a little. And if you don't push down, you can move it. There we go. All right, let me get my backs off. And then I have one more color for you. And if you're a blue fan, then you're going to want to stick around and see that one because it is the new blue. Let me watch this now so I don't pull this one down. Oh, I didn't put one down here. I didn't take the back off of that one. It's sticking up. I think I'm going to have to add, I don't know if I can get a little tiny piece. Let me see if I can get a little tiny piece stuck under there. Doesn't need to be big. And here's where your pokey tool is good because I can put it in place and stick it down onto the, there we go. Now it works. Stick it on the cardstock and it works. And then this, I'm going to stick right about there. And I stuck my ribbon down. So I pulled it out. Ooh, this one might be fun to play with. I might have to do some deconstructing of this ribbon. So there is Pebbled Path. And the last one is Boho Blue. And I actually made a mini cube of boho blue. So I'm going to use that to stamp with and see if it makes a difference. But look at this color. Isn't it beautiful? Oh my gosh, it is just gorgeous. Oh, that was the extra scrap in case I needed to punch, so I can get rid of that. All right, I think I'll use the polka dots on this one. And you can let me know which one you prefer. I'm going to do this first so I don't forget. All right, so I'm going to add some strips to this. I find with using the glue also, you kind of have to hold it. It does grab pretty quickly, but if you really want it perfect and not want it to move, then just use double-sided tape. No, Carol, I only bought 3 colors, and I bought 3 colors based on a paper that I am using with Vicki for a bundle tutorial. Vicki is my friend in Australia. We've done a lot together on my Facebook page and blog for the last couple of months. So we're, we decided to give this one a try. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie my ribbon now so I don't forget it. So I bought the 3 colors that were in the paper we're using. To be honest with you, I'm not sold on that wild wheat. I don't remember. I'll have to look to see what the other colors is. We had a color several years ago, summer starfruit, I think it was what it was. It was, and I'm going to show you, I'm pulling this way with it. It reminded me of baby poop. And I'm like, oh, wild wheat kind of looks that same way. So it's like, I don't know about that. Because, I mean, face it, there are colors we don't like. It's just one of those things. So I've got my ribbon on. Now I will add my tear and tape. Carol, that's what I decided to do also. And I'm glad I have, because this way I can use these and see if it's a color that I will use a lot. If it is, I will buy the ink pad. If not, I'm going to make, well, I've found some bigger uninked ones that I'll purchase. I just don't want to invest money into something that I'm not going to use much. I've had that happen in the past with some in colors, and it's like, I don't think I want to do that. So I figure I'll play with it and see how it goes. And if I know that I'll use it a lot, then I will. I do have the markers for all of them. So if at least it's a red rubber, I can color my stamp sets. Give me a minute to get this on. Oop, I didn't fold my card. You do that, and I'll pull over the markers and show you that wild wheat. I know it will appeal to some people. I'm just not certain it's going to appeal to me. Now, I've said that before. I mean, Cajun Craze is one of those colors I am not that fond of. I had used hardly any of my Cajun Craze paper until last winter when we had that that harvest type paper in there, and it had Cajun Craze in it. I think I used more of Cajun Craze at that time than any other time. But the other colors are, well, now this is, I've got, did I use the wrong in color? No, I didn't. I didn't use the boho blue. This is that wild wheat. I'm not real fond of that. This is copper clay. It's okay, but I'm not certain if I'm going to use it much. So those two, I don't know. I didn't order the paper, but if I find colors that it'll go with, I may order the paper and just use what I have. I did order re-inkers, so I can use the re-inkers to create my pads, which is what I did with this. I just bought a Stampin' Spark and made a pad. And I know a couple of people have said they've tried this, but it didn't stay. See, that's blotchy to me, and the marker wasn't blotchy. Of course, maybe it's showing maybe it's not really blotchy. There's like little dimples in it. So, but there's the blue. And if you look at that blue, that's not an exact match. It's not. I'll show. See? The ink is darker. And I'm finding this year that the ink is a little darker than the cardstock. So my goal is to find some retired colors. We all have them. I have a ton of them. And see if there's any that we have that when you stamp, it's close enough too. Because if I find something that's close enough, why buy the pad? So I know that's not what you want to hear, but that's how I'm looking at it. It's like, okay, I've got to cut some pieces. I would much rather spend my money on stamps and dies that I will use over and over again than to purchase this is too big. Let me go down here and cut this. Purchase an ink pad that I will only use once or twice. So that's my plan anyway. Whether it's a good plan or not, I don't know. We'll find out. Let me get my flower done on this one, and then I'll share all 3 cards so you can see what they look like for the 3 colors that I have. And like I said, I have not bought the paper. So unless I find a paper that I really, really love, I may order, oops, I got a little blue on there. I may just order the combination pack and go with that. Now, this is sticking out. If you take your pokey tool and push it back, you can hide it so that it's not visible. So keep that in mind. Oop, missed that one. Another tip for you. I am good for the tips. This one is over a little bit further, so I'm going to. All right, so there's the boho blue. There's the pebbled path. I do too, Carol. It's one of those colors that, you know, we had Seaside Spray was my absolute favorite blue that we've had. And I still have some of that. So I want to compare it to that. I have a lot of the old colors. In fact, I have 12 by 12 of colors way back when we had Yo-Yo Yellow, Only Orange. So I can pull those in and kind of show you how some of these colors compare, because a lot of people said this is Bashful Blue. It's not. I have Bashful Blue and I'll show you. So next week, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the colors and I'm going to show you how it compares to other colors from the past that I have. And then I'll make a card and show you, like, if I find a color that will go with, if I did Nudie Mauve, if I find a color that will go with this, then I'll make a card and use that that color also to show you how, if you have stuff, because we all do from way long time ago, that you can start using some of that. There were colors that like I said, Seaside Spray, I absolutely loved it. Sweet Sugar Plum, I loved it. And it's like, no. But anyway, so there's today's cards. Carol, I had to give a lot of my stuff away also when I moved. Oh, thanks, Joy. So I don't have all of them, but for some reason I kept that 12 by 12 paper. So I have that. I won't have the ink pads and all. It's just like, I have Always Artichoke. I have like 3 or 4 packages of that. I have the re-inker, markers, and the pad. So I can use some of those and show you how, if you still have some of that, you can use it. And that way you can use up that paper or those colors and have room for more. And use your favorite colors with it. So I think I like the polka dots better than the stripes. Which is your favorite, polka dots or stripes? Let me know. This color, I'm not sold on. I've got to find, it looks good with these 2 colors, and that's why I got them. But I'd really like to find a core color to use with this. So I'm going to see if I can find some, when I say core colors, the ones in the collections. I'm still working on my rainbow order. I'm getting there. See if I can find something that will appeal to me with this one, because it's not a favorite color. I have a whole package of the paper because I ordered it thinking that's what I would do. And I'm not positive it's a good decision, but we'll find out. All right. I'm going to, and I didn't add the gems because I didn't think it needed it. I'm just going to leave it as that. The polka dots. Yeah, the polka dots. I like the polka dots better. And I'll be honest with you, when I first looked at this, I went, ooh, I don't like those polka dots. They're too in your face. But putting a small amount isn't bad. You're quite welcome, Carol. Let me take and remove this spotlight and spotlight my face and get this camera out of my face. And I hope it's given you some ideas, and you've seen at least 3 of the new colors, and see if you like them. And if this isn't your favorite, don't order it. Don't order it. There's another color you can use to go with this. So, that's how I look at it. Money's tight for everybody. Order your favorite and use it, because then you will use it. All right, let me get ready, and I'm going to end this so that I can get going with my day. I have another video to make for tomorrow, and I hope you guys have a great afternoon and you get some time. I need to get some lunch. I got to go to the bank. I got a lot to do. Oh my gosh, too much to do, too much. Working on my taxes. All right, ladies, thanks for coming in and joining me. I will see you hopefully Saturday on the page, and if not, back here next Wednesday at noon. Bye.